Hey everybody, I'm Invisible Katana and this is my review for the Walking Dead Season 6 Comic-Con trailer. I got it playing again right now. I just finished watching it again and it looks good. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for every season. I'm really excited just to kind of compare the show with the comics because I read the comics. As a random side note, really quick for anyone who doesn't read the comics, there are these things called compendiums that you can get. They're like 67 issues all at once. There are 2 of them out right now, and I just found out the other day that Compendium 3 actually comes out, I believe, on the same day as Season 6 on October 11th. So I was really excited when I found that off Amazon. They're normally $60, but you can get them for like 20. I think 3 is 38 because obviously it's like still brand new. It hasn't even come out yet. But I'm really excited for that because it's like right like where the compendium is right now is right where the show is. So I'm excited to compare it like side by side because I'll finally be able to keep reading. And like I said, it's like 67 issues, so they're like probably like half the size of this. They're probably like up to about right here, like right split in the middle. Probably more than that. It's probably more than half the size of this sideways. So it's a lot of stuff to read through. So if you haven't read the comics, I suggest picking those up and you can shoot through all of that stuff. And they're just giant freaking things. They're worth buying for sure, especially if you do end up enjoying the comics. And if you like the show, you'll love the comics too because it's even crazier in there. But for the trailer alone, I love what they're doing with it. It's like Rick at the ending is finally kind of taking over. He's actually doing what he always does. He's becoming the leader. It's just of more people, and I think in this sense, especially with the way they're playing the trailer, in this sense he's becoming the leader of more people who aren't really ready for this type of leader. Like he's trying to take these people from this really comfortable life that they're living and show them this is what the world is really like. And some people agree with that, but it seems like for now most people don't. And one of the big people that seems to disagree is Morgan. And he, that's kind of been the big thing, is that they're going to kind of end up going against each other, which I'm really excited to see that play out because that's not even remotely what happens in the comic book. So I'm excited to see how they play that because that's like brand new territory for them. So I can't wait to see how that plays out. And you have 2 really strong people. And Morgan, we obviously haven't really seen since the beginning of the series, and he's had his little moments, through season 5, reaching towards the end. And we see that he's still a strong character. Like, he's really powerful. He beat up those 2 guys. He left them alive. He let them live. And he's just this character who still fights and he struggles to do things. But when it comes down to it, his mindset is every life is precious, no matter good or bad. I don't think I would do the same thing because if I was fighting those 2 guys that pulled guns on me, I would have left that car door open in the woods when I honked the horn and they would have been dead. But he's a different character, so I'm leaning more towards how Rick is, where it's like you got to put down some of these bad people because as bad as the people are, they aren't the only thing out there. You already got zombies to deal with. Now we got, bad people to deal with, and it's just really cool. Like, I love the mindset of these 2 characters who are both really strong characters. They're the first to encounter each other, like the first humans that each other really encountered, excluding Morgan's family, obviously. And it's just really cool. Like, I like the idea that they're going to be going against each other. Rick has kind of taken over and is trying to teach these people, basically, like, you got to be tougher than what you are. But he's pushing them way too fast. Like, even in the trailer, it's like, they have the same guy who's like, so we're supposed to just follow you. And then, like, a scene after that, he's like, we're doing it now. And it's like, the guy's like, we're not ready. He's like, fuck it, we'll do it now. We'll do it live. So he's getting people killed left and right. Someone dies in the trailer, which I thought was, I can't think of her name right now, but I thought it was the girl who got sick or was shot or, like, unconscious in the last season. I thought it was her at first because it looked just like her, like the outfit that she always has, it looked a little like her, but I don't think that was her. So people are dying like left and right. Rick is kind of pushing people to be tougher, too tough, too fast. They're almost like little kids because they've grown up in Alexandria, or at least, since the zombies came in, they've all been in Alexandria, and it's like, all right, well, we go out, we do our thing. Other than that, we're at home. We stay home, we stay safe, and that's pretty much it. And so Rick is trying to push these people way too quickly, and they're getting killed off because of that. And that's going to kind of lead to this infighting. And then they're going to have all those issues, with infighting, and then they're going to have even more issues with the wolves coming into the show, which we really got is sort of like the epilogue to the trailer almost, with Daryl, of course, being Daryl, and it's like, the guy's like, don't say anything or I'll shoot you, and he's like, who do you think I am? And then, of course, he beats all of them up, and it's just little cuts and flashes of him shooting stuff, running, and then it's just random people. So I assume they're the wolves. They had the scene of like a body on the ground. It looked like it was burnt. Like, it didn't look like it was just eaten. Unless they just cooked the full body like a pig or something. I don't know. But he's running through, so I assume those are the wolves kind of coming into play, which I think a lot of people, especially like me, like I said, like where the comics are at this point when they get to Alexandria, I think is one of the worst parts in the comic books as far as what happens to the characters. Like, some really crappy stuff does happen. Like with the governor, it was almost the same thing. It was like the governor in the comic books was really horrible, probably worse because he was just like instantaneously bad, and it's like, oh well, he's a villain. He just, here comes all the characters, and then bad guy. So it was really easy in the comics. They just done, cut and dry villain. In the show, it was a little bit different. It was like, it kind of built up to that, and then in the comic books, the second main villain, which is where I'm at right now, is even worse. Like, he's automatically a main villain, but it's just like above and beyond just evil. Like, it's just one of the worst people I've ever seen in any comic books or any villain. It's just a bad dude, and I don't know. I think that's what everyone who's read the comics is expecting. I assume that's what the wolves are going to be. It's not the same name, so they could easily, change some stuff up. But there's a person who may or may not be a leader of the wolves, and if that is the case, then this season is going to be really scary. Like, the entire season, I think half the audience is just going to be scared of what might or might not happen. But I'm really excited to see what they do with it. We have, Rick taking over, him versus Morgan. There are people, and they have like the scenes like with Carl inside the house where he has a gun, and I believe that was Morgan that came into the house. So there's enough infighting to where people are breaking into each other's homes inside of Alexandria. So that, shows it in itself. Like, things are really getting bad. And, they have the dialogue with Rick where he's like, do you think you can take this town from me or from Daryl and Michonne? And, all he's naming off all the different members and stuff. And he's like, you have like no idea who you're dealing with. And the thing is, I don't know if that's really supposed to be Morgan. Maybe that's the wolves. I mean, that's one of the things with trailers. As much as they make you think it's this, it could be a totally different character that hasn't even been seen yet. So it's either going to be Morgan or it's going to be one of the wolves. And Rick is going to be like, you can't take this town from us. But he does name off all the people, which is why I kind of think it actually is Morgan. And in the scene, it does look like that's Morgan. It could be a random bald black dude. I don't know. They have it from really far away, and that's why it's in the trailer, because you can't really tell. But it looks like he has his little bow staff, so I'm pretty sure that that's Morgan breaking into the house. And, Carl kind of has to hide from him because he knows what's going down. So I'm excited for this trailer. I mean, there's a lot going on. They have, I don't know how many different scenes of people just outside, just out there. Like, when he's naming off people, pretty much every shot is like, oh, everyone's just outside driving giant hordes of zombies. Michonne's like chopping off zombie heads. There's like 10 people behind her. They have the scene with Glenn, who apparently he didn't kill off that one guy that he beat up in the finale. So that guy's still alive. Kind of wish he was dead because I still remember what he did and I hate him. But just a ton of scenes of them just outside, giant hordes, them walking through the city and stuff like that. So there's going to be a lot of them going outside with people that aren't ready to do that. And it's going to get a lot of people killed. And that's what's going to turn the city on itself. And then they're going to have to deal with other people, cannibals coming in, chopping off limbs and carving W's into their heads. So there's going to be a lot of insanity going down this season that I'm really excited for. I of course want to know what you guys thought about this trailer, so please comment below. Let me know your favorite parts, your least favorite parts. And like I said, for anyone who has not already picked up the comics, I highly, highly recommend picking up the compendiums because they are just ridiculously huge books. And you can just shoot through them. And Compendium 3 comes out. It looks cool in your collection too, instead of having like every single issue take up so much space. You just have a book about this big, about 200 pages long. They're like, if I can get it in frame, probably about that tall, I would say. Probably about this tall and like this thick. So you get everything you need. The only thing that's missing is like the covers for every single issue. I wish that was in like the back of the book. But you get the entire story and it just looks great. Like it goes through, it does separate things kind of by arcs. So you can kind of read until a certain point and then, stop in an arc. But once you have it, it's like you just shoot straight through the story and you can enjoy all the craziness that goes down. So I would highly recommend that for anyone who is already reading them and you kind of read it like I do. Like I said, they come out later this month. You can check out Amazon. I'll probably put a link in the description below so you guys can just go straight to it and pre-order it right now because I think it's like 38 bucks or something instead of the $60. So definitely pick that up. Like I said, I want to know what you guys think about this season. Also some of your predictions. Whoops, sorry about that. Also some of your predictions for what you guys think, whether you've read the comics or not, based on this trailer, based on just anything that happened in the last season, because there's obviously all the stuff with the wolves. There's still a lot of speculations going on there. There's the girl who leaves Alexandria and she runs off and she's the one who has like a wolf comic book and it's like, symbolism and very subtle foreshadowing and stuff like that. So there's still speculations about her and just everything that's going to happen. So I definitely want to know what you guys have for predictions and, like I said, what you thought about this trailer in general. So please comment below, let me know, and thanks for watching.